Hello, everyone. First of all, I'm glad that there are so many men at the audience and that they haven't run away from the female or women term in the title of this entire event. And of course, I'm glad to have so many women that came to take some fresh ideas and interesting stories from this entire happening. So, did you notice the rise of gender labeling everywhere today? For example, female architect, female doctor, female entrepreneur. So, do you think that that maybe is a counterproductive effort? Nobody? No? Man, you can just freely say something, or no? Okay. So, let's stick with the entrepreneur part for a second. First of all, the entrepreneur is a person who undertakes the risk of starting a new business venture. And I would say adventure. So, who's entrepreneur here? Anybody? Raise your hands. Congratulations. So why is the notion of entrepreneurship so important? Well, while there's a great risk, of course, there is a great reward. Entrepreneurship can not only give you and to foster a creativity or empowerment, it gives you independence, and also it can lead you both to the personal and professional growth. And entrepreneurs regain power over their lives. Entrepreneurship gives everybody the opportunity to gain financial freedom, to have their own agenda, their working hours. But financial freedom is closely connected with all other freedoms. So, what do men think when they hear female entrepreneurship? Do we really need this gender labeling and female entrepreneurship as an idea, as a term, as a policy, as a movement, I would say? Maybe some of you are thinking it's not fair to have some projects and programs that support only women in entrepreneurship. Well, let me give you a short overview of the challenges that women entrepreneurs facing every day. First of all, there is a problem with perception. Not good mothers, leaving their kids, coming back to work. On the other hand, not good employees, because of those kids, they have to go home, go on a sick leaves, etc. Also, there is a lack of capital. It's proven that men are raising more money at the starting of their new business from the investors than their female counterpart. Also, there is a lack of support from their mentors, from their colleagues, from their partners, lack of support from other women who are stuck in their everyday lives and they are not willing to take that risk. And women don't close deals in cafes and restaurants, which is like old-fashioned style of closing the deals. Lack of confidence, whether it's coming from the upbringing or just a matter of character, but they constantly feel that they're not adequate and competent enough. And of course, lack of contacts, because business, it's a man's world. So do you still think that men and women are facing same experience being entrepreneurs? So it is exactly these reasons that gave birth to term of female entrepreneurship, first used by the World Bank in 2006, and they've decided to support women, to support female entrepreneurship as a path to gender equality, to economic freedom, and to some freedom in general. In some cases, becoming an entrepreneur for women means not only a freedom, it means breaking the cycle out of domestic violence. I was writing the stories in Bosnia and Herzegovina about women who were once victims become entrepreneurs. So that's what it's important for women also. So it allows them also to pursue their passion, something that maybe they could not do within the corporate arena. So with the strong, independent women, families are stronger. And not their only strong, there's a higher income. With higher income, you have more opportunities, more perspectives, higher education and options for your kids, and so on. So being a female entrepreneur is like being a role model that will raise future generations on completely new set of values. Values of respect, support, courage, and equality for all. Years before World Bank used the term of female entrepreneurship in 1955, my grandmother became an entrepreneur when she ran away from my grandpa with my mother and 2 aunts. Actually, the other aunt was born 3 months later. But she didn't start her new business, but she regained the power over her life when she decided to create better future for her and for her daughters. And that's why she is my ultimate entrepreneur figure, because she was brave, courageous, and she took some calculated and definitely some uncalculated risk and make something really important almost 70 years ago in Sarajevo. My mother became an entrepreneur at the beginning of 90s when Slovenia left ex-Yugoslavia, and she continued to work with leather products, business that she was already been doing for 10 years, and now with the Slovenian partners that left this common state. And I became an entrepreneur actually in 2009 when I decided to be a freelance public relations consultant. And after 4.5 years, I've decided to register my own public relations agency from beginning of 2014. So let's leave this here for a second. So after almost 2 decades of using the term of female entrepreneurship and this entire narrative around it, have we succeeded to create better conditions for women in entrepreneurship? Okay, let's see. There's a growing numbers of female-led companies worldwide. For example, in the United States, there is a trend of 100% rise of female-led businesses, and they are responsible for 23 million of jobs. So they're doing great. At the UK, in the past 3 years, this increase was also intensive, and in developing countries, the small and medium and small enterprises are rising, like there's between 8 and 10 million of registered female-owned businesses. In Bosnia and Herzegovina, according to some data, every 4th business is a female-led. But however, women still face time, physical, social constraints that limit their success and their ability to grow their businesses. So being a female entrepreneur doesn't only make them more successful or make them more equal, it makes them more burdened with all the chores and activities that waits them at home, being good entrepreneurs and good mothers and wives. So if they are more successful, have they achieved gender equality? Not yet, but we are getting there, okay. So since 2006, thousands of programs and projects were made in order to foster female entrepreneurship worldwide. But who is creating those agendas? Who is creating those programs? Who is working on these projects? Mostly women. So it can be considered as some kind of a positive discrimination. But how can we expect that this is going to be like a main subject and that the men will understand everything if we do not involve them? So are we having this conversation only within female audience arena? So how we can end gender labeling in entrepreneurship? First, we have to include men. And this event is a great opportunity to change this narrative, because the income is not the only example of success, because without culture change, we cannot have real partners at home. So Otherwise, it will only put another task on already way long to-do list of every woman. So male and female entrepreneurs facing every day in organizational level pretty much same experiences. So that's why governments really must give them the equal opportunities to pursue the entrepreneurial route, to contribute to economic and social progress. So to have gender-neutral entrepreneurship, we need men supporting more female colleagues, and we need women with courage, with skills, and self-esteem coming from knowledge and experience and support, especially because women tend to be invisible. They don't want to show themselves off. They don't want to appear as experts in media and wherever. So that's the arena they have to conquer by themselves, because we all have to be the ones that our daughters and sons should look upon. Great men supporting great women in each segment of their life. Who is raising those men? Great women. Strong, independent women are raising strong girls, and men respect women and act like their partners in every sphere of their life. So it all comes from the family first, then from government, and then from society. So do we really need a female entrepreneurship? I would say yes, because not all girls are privileged to be born and raised with support, surrounded by love and care, and support for their aspirations and everything they want to achieve. So for many, starting their own businesses means really having their own agenda, having their own rules, own terms, something that they haven't experienced before. So that's why so many of women entrepreneurship programs making this narrative to become more mainstream. So they learn how to trust themselves, to improve their skills, and to contribute to the community on so many levels. So in everyday life, from the management point of view, women and men entrepreneurs are the same, facing same challenges while running their businesses. Yet there are still not obvious obstacles that we already said something about. So it's a lack of confidence, lack of support, lack of capital, lack of skills. My grandmother had the courage. My mother wanted to pursue economic independence. I wanted to improve my knowledge and experience and put it on a new level and to give something meaningful and to give back to society in a certain way. And I became stepmom to now 12 years old girl who lost her mom at the age of 4. And I want to be a role model for her. I want to teach her that everything is possible, although she's a girl, and that there is no place to fear failure. So I'm a female entrepreneur, but I was privileged to be treated equally by the man. And I'm way more educated than the majority of my peers. So that's why I'm using my voice to empower women to stand up for their rights, and also to persuade men to support them and to look upon this story from completely other angle and to treat them with more respect, just like you would like for your partners, daughters, sisters to be treated. And if you came across any successful female entrepreneur, don't expect her to act like a man. These are adventurous, professional women making autonomous decisions, taking control over their lives. They are entrepreneurs. Join them, support them, do a business with them. So together we can end gender labeling in entrepreneurship. And let's not wait for another century till this happened at the end. Thank you.